I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single.
Damn, we tried to tell Travis Hunter that he was making a mistake with that woman. He ain't want to listen, though. He ain't want to listen to us. He was like, well, she's a gold digger, then I'm a gold digger, too. Now you can see the real. What's really going on? This man was messing around with your woman.
Wow, Travis Hunter's wife divorcing him already. And it ain't been nothing but 6 months. Look at her online, playing victim, setting the whole thing up. This was a whole play. And what? Everybody was warning him not to marry that girl.
So it's official. Travis Hunter's marriage is done for, and the man is spiraling because the divorce isn't even the real jaw dropper here. Before he could even wrap his head around losing the woman he thought he'd grow old with.
You ain't never had no girl. So why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about. You talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me.
Bam! She hits him with something no one saw coming, an engagement, not just a quiet little announcement either. Full-blown Instagram photos, flooded with hundreds of congrats, comments. And no, this wasn't some sweet throwback to their own proposal, and this was her engagement to one of his own teammates on the Jaguars. That's the hit that sent him over the edge. Now everyone's whispering, who's been lying all along? Was Lyanna running her own private playbook this whole time while Travis was left in the dark? And the real kicker, can he bounce back from a betrayal this brutal? If you've been tuned into the Travis and Lyanna drama, you already know the divorce rumors have been swirling for weeks.
And divorcing him already after 6 months. That's crazy. It was a money scheme. That's why I'm not with the marriage stuff. Even if I had money or don't have money, it ain't about marriage no more. It's about image. It's about likes. It's about the internet. It's about money. The last thing it's about is love. It's not about love no more. And they was trying to warn that young man not to marry her because she was after his money. Now, that contract he just got, which is one of the biggest contracts in NFL history, she finna get half of that. And probably more. Pray for Travis Hunter. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to your peers. Listen to people who've been through it already.
But what set the internet on fire right now is a leaked photo drop of Lyanna and Travis's teammate now bouncing across Reddit threads and messy chat rooms like wildfire. The night it dropped, just before 7 p.m., prime time for the whole world to see. The first picture, Lyanna in a sleek body-hugging white silk dress, smiling like she's never smiled before. The second, his teammate down on one knee, locked in. The third, them kissing under perfect lighting so the diamond ring practically blinds you. No caption, no explanation, just pure chaos because Lyanna is still legally Mrs. Travis Hunter, and the man in those photos was most definitely not her husband. Some folks were flooding her comments with sweet congratulations and wish you the best messages, but mixed in were some loaded shots hinting that she had finally escaped a toxic situation. Others weren't even pretending to be surprised, dropping lines like, "We been new," and "You just now catching on." And that's when reality slapped everyone, especially Travis, and across the face. This wasn't speculation anymore. This was proof she had moved on with another man. But here's the kicker. It gets uglier. Word on the inside says Travis found out about her engagement the exact same way the rest of us did, scrolling the internet, and when that news hit him, he completely unraveled. The next morning, Travis rolled into the Jaguars facility late. No smile, no what's up to his teammates, nothing. He didn't even glance at the media, straight through the building, straight into the locker room, straight to that teammate's stall. Witnesses swear it wasn't some calm man-to-man talk. It was shouting, not "how could you," but "how long?" Which means Travis didn't just suspect something, he suspected it had been going on for a while. No punches were thrown, no shoving, but the yelling, loud enough for folks outside the room to freeze. Less than an hour later, Travis was gone, skipped team meetings, skipped practice, just vanished. By that evening, his Instagram was scrubbed, unfollowed half the roster, including that teammate, the teammate's fiance, and even the head coach. Then came the late night bomb. Around midnight, Travis went live on Instagram. No lights, hoodie pulled up, sitting in complete silence for almost a full minute. When he finally spoke, it was low, almost a whisper. "You think you know people?" That's it. That one line lit the internet on fire. Snake emojis flooding the chat. the teammate's name getting spammed nonstop, fans begging him to spill more tea, but Travis just blinked a couple times and ended the live. You can see the pain all over Travis's face, eyes red, tears streaming, looking like a man seconds away from breaking down completely. This isn't just a heartbreak. This is soul-crushing, gut-twisting pain, the kind you barely survive once in a lifetime, and just when you think it can't possibly get worse, it does. Here's the plot twist nobody saw coming. Travis and Lyanna, who are supposedly done with each other, might be expecting a baby. They've never made any official announcement, but whispers online claim Lyanna is already a few months along. A recent blind item spilled that the couple is keeping the pregnancy under wraps because the relationship is too messy for a public celebration. According to that tip, this A-list athlete's wife is pregnant, but instead of popping champagne, his lawyer is allegedly demanding a paternity test before the divorce moves forward. Before they can even talk about splitting, they want proof of who the father is. And just to add another strange twist, Travis and Lyanna recently posted a video together, happily heading out to add a new member to the family, and with the caption, "Come with us to adopt a kitty." On the surface, it looked harmless, like two people enjoying a moment they've been looking forward to. But scroll a little deeper into the comments and the tone changes fast. Fans were questioning why they'd post something so wholesome right in the middle of this chaos. Was it a sweet moment or a carefully planned PR stunt to quiet the blogs? One comment had people howling. She was just crying about wanting out. Now they're buying a cat. Who's getting the cat in the divorce? That one clearly hit a nerve. Because Travis himself jumped in and replied, believing that rumor is crazy, LOL. The part that cuts the deepest? Travis had always defended Lyanna. No matter what was said, no matter what rumors popped up, he stood by her. And now she's engaged to his teammate before the ink on their divorce papers is even dry. That's the move that sent Travis into a full spiral. But just when you think this mess can't go any lower, here comes the receipts. Old videos that hit like a ton of bricks. There's that clip from last season after the big win against the Titans where Lyanna hugged that teammate first before even looking at Travis. Back then, folks laughed it off as team mom energy. Now, nobody's laughing, or the charity gala moment. She pulled up separately, headed straight to that teammate's table, and stayed there until the cameras disappeared. One former player turned analyst says the whispers actually started months ago. According to him, after practice, the teammate would linger around saying he was waiting on a ride, and that ride almost always turned out to be her. And here's where it gets calculated. Just 2 weeks before the engagement went public, that teammate locked in a multi-year contract extension, big guaranteed money, and right around that time, Lyanna's socials flipped. Fewer pics with Travis, cryptic captions about new chapters, and finally choosing happiness. Now the internet's asking the obvious, did she wait for him to secure the bag before making it official? And don't forget, the cheating rumors about Lyanna aren't brand new. Just last year, a different blind item claimed she'd been creeping behind Travis's back. The post even alleged that people close to her called him a cuck when he wasn't around, and that she'd been trying to hook up with a much older, still relevant rapper. Now, this blind item was never officially confirmed, but for fans who've been watching from the sidelines, it wasn't exactly shocking. If anything, it felt like confirmation that Travis and Lyanna's marriage was set to crash and burn before it even took off. And once that seed was planted, the internet detectives went to work. It didn't take long before old photos and videos started surfacing. Lyanna in very questionable situations, the kind you can't explain away with a just friends caption. And here's the kicker. All of these moments happened while she was already with Travis.
Travis Hunter bank account's about to get cleaned out, man, because his girl, man, the girl that he married, the whole world said, don't do it, Travis. She's after your money, bro. Don't do it. Yeah, that girl, she's already selling to the world that her life is miserable, posting videos online talking about how she misses the girl she was while she's crying. Travis Hunter, bro, is about to learn in 4K, bro, why it is that you have to listen to the world when the entire world is screaming the same thing, bro.
For Travis, it was already humiliating enough to see his wife's name in gossip blogs, but watching the internet clown him in real time, that was next level. Memes, reaction videos, endless simp jokes. Travis went from respected athlete to the punchline for every online relationship warning. His name became the go-to example when men were warning each other about what not to do if you don't want to get played. That's when Bow Wow, yes, Bow Wow, stepped out of his usually quiet lane to throw in his 2 cents. He dropped what sounded like straight-up marriage counseling in the form of a wake-up call, telling Travis he needed to open his eyes and see that Lyanna was only there for the money and status. And Bow Wow didn't just hint at it. He flat out told him to protect himself because sticking around was only going to cost him more. One clip of Bow Wow speaking on it went viral, with fans calling it the intervention Travis didn't know he needed. And now that Lyanna has been exposed for allegedly hooking up with his teammate, every one of those old videos is back in circulation, racking up fresh comments and dragging Travis's name through the mud all over again.
What's going on, gang? If we didn't give a we'll let you crash out, but from one player to the next, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, NBA with heart eyes and the money tongue out. That's your fiance. Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my fucking girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another page, leaving heart eyes with the money tongue out.
Then came the final straw. Lyanna herself dropped a TikTok that felt like a confession in disguise. The video showed her sobbing uncontrollably while a dramatic motivational audio played in the background. No captions, no explanations, just vibes. The post blew up, pulling in over 1 million views in less than 24 hours. The comment section was chaos. Some people offering her genuine concern, others hyping her up like she was a survivor rising from the ashes. But a loud crowd was calling her out for sympathy farming, saying she was weaponizing her tears to play the victim while avoiding the real story. People weren't fooled for a second. They called it exactly what it was, a soft launch for the divorce, dressed up to make it seem like she was just an unhappy wife stuck in a bad situation. The comment section wasn't holding back either. One person straight up confronted her, "Why you crying? You cheated." Another added, "She's already running her exit plan." And there were plenty more in that same lane, grilling her, asking blunt questions, demanding receipts. But then the plot twisted. Those comments didn't stay up for long. Lyanna was quick with the delete button, scrubbing anything that didn't fit her narrative and leaving only the ones praising her. That's when people started connecting the dots. Something wasn't adding up. The vibe was off. Then Travis finally broke his silence on IG Live. And suddenly, everything clicked. Those random moments over the years when Lyanna would casually say, "Travis isn't my type," the cryptic posts, the mysteriously deleted DMs, the hushed phone calls to unknown men in the dead of night, all of it started to make sense. Now, the question hanging in the air is messy. If Lyanna really is pregnant, what happens next? Is there even a slim chance Travis would take her back? Or does she walk away with half of everything this man has worked his whole career for? This is where the gossip stops being just tea and starts bleeding into the actual game. Multiple insiders claim Travis's agent has already been working the phones, talking to front offices about potential trades before the season even kicks off. If he leaves, the team isn't just losing a starter, they're losing the defensive anchor who holds half the scheme together. And in the locker room, the other teammates have clearly taken sides with Travis. Even NFL players on other teams have been spotted liking tweets that were blatantly anti-teammate, which in league culture is basically the same as a public call-out. But here's the most damning twist yet. A local beat reporter swears Lyanna's engagement post wasn't some spur-of-the-moment drop. According to this beat reporter, Lyanna's engagement post wasn't a heat-of-the-moment, love can't wait type of thing. It was planned, staged, and locked in weeks before it ever hit her Instagram feed. And here's the kicker. Sources say the photos weren't even taken the week they were posted. They'd been sitting in her camera roll, waiting for the perfect moment to drop them like a bomb. That perfect moment allegedly lined up with one of Travis's most important weeks of the year, mandatory mini camp. While he was grinding on the field, focused on locking in with his team, she was quietly setting up the shot that would turn his whole life upside down. The beat reporter even hinted that her inner circle knew this post was coming, with one source saying she wanted maximum impact and she got it. Fans immediately started connecting dots, the ring reveal, the cryptic captions in the days leading up, even the way her friends suddenly started posting new beginnings quotes. It was like she was building a slow burn movie trailer for her own scandal. And if that's true, it explains the ripple effect inside the Jaguars building, because once that engagement went public, it didn't just hit Travis in the chest, it threw the whole locker room into chaos. Teammates started moving different, sideline energy shifted, and even coaches were reportedly holding closed-door meetings trying to figure out how to contain the mess before it hit national headlines. But there's one more detail that has fans shook: the timeline. If the photos were staged weeks in advance, that means the proposal happened while she was still legally married to Travis, which, depending on state laws and the prenup details, could flip this entire divorce case on its head. And now, the rumor mill is saying Travis's legal team is digging for proof, screenshots, metadata, anything that can show exactly when those pictures were taken. Because if they can prove the overlap, this could go from a messy breakup to a full-blown legal disaster for Lyanna, with millions of dollars at stake. Allegedly, Lyanna waited for the exact moment Travis would be tied up at a high-profile charity event. Cameras everywhere, media swarming, the perfect stage for public humiliation. And when the engagement pics dropped, it wasn't just betrayal, it was a calculated hit. She wanted the sting to be felt in real time, with every flash of a camera lens capturing his face the moment he found out. That's why this isn't just about whether Travis will stay in Jacksonville anymore. The real question is, was this an emotional accident or a long game set up from the very start? Did she and that teammate cross the line months ago, planting the seeds for this mess while smiling in his face? Or worse, was this an inside job played out right under the team's nose from day one? Think about it. The charity gala moments, the sideline hugs, the cryptic captions, the shift in her social media after the teammate secured that big contract, it paints a picture that's hard to ignore. And yet, nobody in that locker room is talking, not a word, no slip-ups, no off-the-record leaks, just silence, which makes you wonder what kind of code is being protected here. Until someone cracks, all we have is that haunting final image: Travis Hunter sitting alone in the dark, hoodie pulled tight over his head, watching the woman he thought he'd spend forever with slide a diamond ring onto another man's finger, and the whole world watching live. Was this love gone wrong, or a betrayal scripted from the start? If the rumors about staged photos, prenup loopholes, and backroom whispers turn out to be true, we might not just be looking at a messy divorce. We might be watching one of the most ruthless personal takedowns in NFL relationship history. Either way, this story isn't over. There are too many unanswered questions, too many receipts still out there waiting to be pulled, and if the legal teams start playing hardball, we could see this drama spill way beyond the field, into courtrooms, into endorsement deals, even into careers being cut short. And so, what do you think? Was this pure bad luck for Travis, or was he targeted from the start? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I know you got theories. Make sure you like this video if you were hooked from start to finish. Subscribe so you don't miss the next wild celebrity twist, and hit that bell so you're the first to hear when it drops. And trust me, you're going to want to be here for the next one. See you in the next video.